In today's show, Bitcoin price dips below $38,000 with bullish traders eyeing a new higher low next. In today's show, I'll be breaking down the latest technical analysis. And as Pompliano points out, return over the last 12 months, gold is down 10% while Bitcoin is up 249%. Bitcoin is the true inflation hedge. That's right. And speaking of gold and Bitcoin, Willy Woo points out that gold and Bitcoin are now inversely correlated. What does that mean? It means Bitcoin is a black hole sucking in the world's capital and gold is the first port of call. Special thanks to Peter Schiff for getting the word out on Bitcoin to gold investors. And as Bitcoin Magazine points out, breaking news, Wells Fargo is offering Bitcoin and crypto exposure to wealthy clients, according to Business Insider. Also in today's show, Ethereum 2 will help Ether outpace Bitcoin. Pantera Capital CEO predicts. That's right, amid the looming Ethereum London hard fork, Pantera Capital CEO Dan Morehead predicted that the upcoming upgrade would likely help Ether outpace Bitcoin as the largest cryptocurrency. And despite predicting a brighter future for Ethereum, Morehead is still optimistic about Bitcoin's growth in the future. The CEO reportedly predicted that Bitcoin would trade between $80,000 and $90,000 by the end of this year in 2021, and rising above $120,000 within a year. Surging mainstream adoption can further drive Bitcoin's price to as high as $700,000 in the next decade. Morehead noted. I'll be breaking this down for you. Also in today's show, here's a realistic price path for Bitcoin this cycle, according to on-chain analysts. Willy Woo, that's right, in a new episode of the What Bitcoin Did podcast, Woo names a few key levels that can trigger a continuation of the Bitcoin bull market. Also in today's show, Bitcoin chart Fractal suggests Bitcoin price will rally to at least $80,000 by September. That's right, Nunya Bizniz, an independent market analyst, posted the bullish setup on Sunday, noting that each crypto's previous 10-day bull runs have ended up doubling its prices at a later stage. Therefore, if the history repeats or rhymes, Bitcoin price can go up by more than 100% in the next 30 to 60 days, which ultimately means we can expect a six-figure Bitcoin price here in the fourth quarter of 2021. And one analyst goes on to share 88,000 to 150,000 as a more realistic upside target for Bitcoin in 2021. I'll be breaking this down for you. We'll also be taking a look at the overall crypto market. As you can see, everything is correcting in the red, but where's the Bitcoin price likely to go next? Find out all this, plus so much more in today's show. Here at Crypto News Alerts, I drop a brand new episode every single day, so be sure to smash that subscribe button. That's right, and turn on all notifications to receive daily premium crypto news alerts every single day, just like this. And before I kick off today's show, today's episode is brought to you by our sponsor, BlockFi, the leading provider of financial products and services for crypto investors. Here's where you can put your crypto to work and earn up to a 7.5% APY with a BlockFi interest account. And their new flagship product is this BlockFi Bitcoin Rewards Visa credit card, where you can earn 3.5% back in Bitcoin on all purchases. They also recently ditched their annual fee, truly making this offer a no-brainer. To take advantage of this, as well as receive up to a $250 crypto bonus with a deposit of $100 or more, go ahead and use my referral link in the description right down below, and let's start stacking those sats, shall we? All right, welcome back to another episode of Crypto News Alerts. I'm your host, JV. We have a lot to cover as usual, so let's dive right in. Bitcoin briefly fell below $38,000 this morning on Tuesday as signs of a retracement from range highs continued to flow in. Right here, you're looking at the Bitcoin 1 hour candle chart, which stresses caution before Bitcoin price swings lower. Data from Cointelegraph Markets Pro and TradingView showed Bitcoin tapping 37,960 on Bitstamp before rebounding, still trading 3.7% lower on the day. The pair had come off local highs above 42,500 on the weekend amid concerns over regulatory moves from the US this week. And as Cointelegraph reported, analysts were already hoping that a correction would take Bitcoin several $1,000s lower in order to create a higher low from which it could continue its upside. The target zone, currently lying around 36,000, was now key to hold in order to prevent what trader Pentoshi called worst case scenarios. Checking out his tweets right here. Spot to watch for this close is roughly 40,600. 1 day and 1 week close below equals price likely back in the mid 30s. $35,000 to $37,000 BTC hold above equals more up. Downtrend line from the all-time high crescent resistance on the lower time frames. And he also tweeted here this morning, deviations reckon those people who don't plan for them. I'll bid on range high reclaim or in the gray box for a higher low. If we fall below the mid range and start closing below, then you need to plan for some worst case scenarios. These are my only two triggers for a long at the moment. So there you have it. And exchange levels differed only slightly from the hypothesis on Tuesday, with major support lingering at $35,000 on Binance. Resistance was in place at 41K, with the range high of 42,500 now a major interest among sellers. And right here, you're looking at the Bitcoin buy and sell levels on Binance as of August 3rd. Now, analysts predict Bitcoin retrace has happened. Zooming out, fellow trader and analyst Rec Capital has found sense in longer-term price action, potentially reinforcing $29,000 as a floor on a yearly time frame within 4-year cycles. 29,000 has provided support in 2021, placing post-halving behavior firmly in historical context. Checking out his tweet here, the Bitcoin retrace has happened instead of occurring in Q1. However, it took place in mid-Q2. In any case, Bitcoin rebounded from a key 4-year cycle level, $29,000, which you can see here in this chart in the black. And essentially, Bitcoin turned candle 4 resistance into new candle 1 support. And checking out the latest tweets from Plan B, he wrote, Bitcoin July closing price $41,490. It bounced from the lows like clockwork. And he recently tweeted, Bitcoin realized cap is rising again. Realized cap is the average price at which all 18.77 million Bitcoin were last transacted. Also, the few sellers at the moment sell at a profit, not at a loss like in May and in June. In my opinion, this is still bullish, and stock to flow model predicts a minimal of a $47,000 Bitcoin price before the end of this month of August for the stock to flow model to remain intact, and a minimal of a $100,000 Bitcoin price by this December. Let me know if you agree or disagree with the stock to flow. And stock to flow X, which is the cross asset model, predicts a $288,000 Bitcoin price. And speaking of stock to flow, William Clemente tweeted, for stock to flow fans, historically speaking, follow each touch of this lower stock to flow deflection trend line. Bitcoin has gone on an absolute tear, which you can see right here in this chart. And as Pompliano points out, returns over the last 12 months, gold down 10% while Bitcoin is up 249%. Bitcoin is the true inflation hedge. And Willie Woo points out, gold and Bitcoin are now inversely correlated. What does that mean? It means Bitcoin is a black hole sucking in the world's capital, and gold is the first port of call. Special thanks to Peter Schiff for getting the word out on Bitcoin to gold investors. So thank you, Peter Shifty. And as Bitcoin Magazine points out, breaking news, Wells Fargo is now offering Bitcoin and crypto exposure to wealthy clients, according to Business Insider, joining the likes of JP Morgan and Goldman Sachs as this massive institutional adoption continues. And before I break down our next story of the day, Ether 2.0 will help Ethereum outpace Bitcoin, Pantera Capital CEO predicts, as well as here's a realistic price path for Bitcoin this cycle, according to on-chain analyst and statistician Willie Woo, as well as Bitcoin chart Fractal suggests Bitcoin price will rally to at least $80,000 by next month of September. But before I break all this down, let's first take a quick look at the overall crypto market. We can see all the major cryptos are currently correcting in the red, with Bitcoin down 2% for the day, trading at about 38,500. We have Ether down 3%, trading just above $2,500. Binance Coin down 0.8%, trading at $325. Polkadot down almost 3%, trading at $17.43. And Chainlink up 2.7%, trading just under $23. All right, now let's break down our next story of the day. Amid the looming Ethereum London hard fork, Pantera Capital CEO Dan Morehead predicted that the upcoming upgrade would likely help Ether outpace Bitcoin as the largest cryptocurrency. As a newer crypto, Ether has more potential than Bitcoin, Morehead said at the Reuters Global Markets Forum on Monday, noting that the latest Ethereum improvement proposal, EIP 1559, upgrade will help the digital token to trade more like a fixed asset. One of the 5 EIPs in the Ethereum London upgrade is EIP 1559, which is an anticipated update to Ethereum's existing fee structure, introducing a minimum payment for sending Ethereum transactions and move away from the bidding system that allows miners to prioritize the highest bids, designed to programmatically adjust fees for users to pay the lowest bid for each block. The EIP 1559 upgrade could potentially make Ethereum a deflationary asset. You'll see a transition of people who want to store wealth doing it in Ethereum rather than just Bitcoin, Morehead predicted, adding that the crypto shift to Ethereum 2.0 will significantly reduce Ethereum's mining energy consumption levels compared with the one of Bitcoin. Ethereum's wide implementation in decentralized finance applications would also help Ether grow bigger than Bitcoin, he said. And despite predicting a brighter future for Ethereum, Morehead is still optimistic about the king of all crypto and its growth in the future. The CEO reportedly predicted that Bitcoin would trade between $80,000 and $90,000 by the end of this year in 2021 and rising above $120,000 within the next year. Let me know if you agree or disagree with Dan Morehead's bullish price predictions. And surging mainstream adoption could further drive Bitcoin's price to as high as $700,000 in the next decade. Morehead noted, I think that is extremely conservative. I'm predicting a $1 million Bitcoin price by 2025, which is by the time of the next halving, which is the year following when the market tends to go parabolic. Now, launched in 2015, Ethereum is currently the second most valued cryptocurrency, which we all know, on its way to a $1 trillion market cap. And the current market cap is $290 billion at the time of this recording. So take note, this upgrade will begin to be rolled out tomorrow, which is Wednesday. The Ethereum London is one of the biggest Ethereum upgrades designed to move its blockchain from proof of work to proof of stake, meaning that the network would mostly rely on staking instead of mining. Launched in 2009, Bitcoin relies on proof of work consensus algorithm. Morehead is not alone in thinking that Ethereum could outperform Bitcoin in the future. Mike Novogratz, founder and CEO of crypto investment firm Galaxy Digital, predicted in late June that Ethereum could become the biggest cryptocurrency one day. What are your thoughts? Do you feel flippening is on the horizon for Ethereum to overtake Bitcoin as the king of all crypto? All I know is this: if Ethereum ever did surpass Bitcoin by market cap, that doesn't mean anything negative for Bitcoin. At the end of the day, Bitcoin is still going to continue as a store of value, digital gold or gold 2.0. I think they can both coexist at the same time without competing, as Bitcoin will always be superior as a store of value, as there is a hard cap limited supply of 21 million that can ever be in existence, making it the hardest form of sound money to ever exist. Now, before I break down our next story of the day, here's a realistic price path for Bitcoin this cycle, according to on-chain analyst and statistician Willy Woo, as well as this Bitcoin chart Fractal suggests the Bitcoin price will rally to at least $80,000 by next month of September. But first, let's take a quick look at the overall crypto market cap, sitting just under $1.6 trillion with about 76 billion in volume in the past 24 hours, and current Bitcoin dominance is 46.2%, with the Ether dominance at 18.7%. And checking out the top gainers within the top 100, we have Voyager token up a whopping 35% for the day and 55% for the week, trading at $3.12. We have Perpetual Protocol up 20% for the day and 78% for the week, trading at $16.72. And Stacks up 17% for the day and 25% for the week, trading at $1.45. Now, out of this list of the biggest gainers and losers, which altcoins are you currently most bullish on during this bull run? Let me know in the comments right down below. Now, checking out one of my favorite indicators is the Crypto Greed and Fear Index. Shows we're currently rated a 48 neutral, the same as yesterday. Last week, a 32 in fear, and last month, a 27 in fear. And if you're not familiar with the Crypto Greed and Fear Index, extreme fear can be a sign investors are too worried. That can be a great buying opportunity, aka BTFD, buy that freaking dip. And when investors are getting too greedy, that means the market is due for a correction. All right, now let's break down our next story of the day. Closely followed on-chain analyst Willy Woo is laying out a price path for the king of all crypto this cycle. Shout out to statistician Willy Woo. In a new episode of the What Bitcoin Did podcast with Peter McCormick, Woo names a few key levels that can trigger a continuation of the Bitcoin bull market. According to Willy Woo, Bitcoin's on-chain fundamentals currently give Bitcoin a fair value somewhere between $50,000 and $60,000. That's right, that's the current Bitcoin fair value. Woo also highlights a key price level that he thinks Bitcoin must reclaim to ignite the bullish momentum. Quoting the on-chain analyst right here, we deserve to be in the $50,000 to $60,000 range. Once we break 42,000, that's the long-term sort of line in the sand of the channel we've been playing at, and that's just really a big gap from there to $50,000. 42,000 to 50,000 is just a gap. So if we break 42,000, there's not going to be much time to get to $50,000. That's right, all this can happen so fast once we break this critical line in the sand at 42K. So keep your eyes out on this price level. And although Willy Woo is bullish on Bitcoin, the on-chain analyst doesn't see Bitcoin shooting through all-time highs very quickly if and once 42,000 is breached. According to Woo, the flagship crypto is more likely to bounce around for a while in the $50,000 to $60,000 range before it's able to make new highs. And quoting him right here, I think we'll be able to take a little bit more time to slice through. I wouldn't expect us to slash right through, but anything can happen. I kind of expect that we just retest some of that zone in there because we spent so long playing around in there in that zone of discovering $50,000 to $60,000. And then, wow, if we break all-time high, if we break that, then we'll be off to the races again. So there you have it. And to watch this entire interview with statistician Willy Woo on the Peter McCormick What Bitcoin Did podcast, check the show notes below the video in the description. Also like to point out that Willy Woo's top cap model predicts a Bitcoin cycle top of $300,000 plus, which is likely to occur next year as the cycles tend to be lengthening after each halving. Now, before I break down our final story of the day, this Bitcoin chart Fractal suggests Bitcoin price will rally to at least $80,000 by next month of September. But first, I want to remind you to smash that show more button right below this video in the description for a detailed analysis of what's going on in the crypto market. This goes for all 860 plus videos right here on my YouTube channel. Also, some very helpful resources for you to plug into, including my daily letter, which goes out to over 30,000 subscribers every single day. To subscribe, visit letter.cryptonewsalerts.net. Also, I have a blog I update daily, which could be found at cryptonewsyes.com. Also, be sure to smash that subscribe button and hit that bell icon to turn on all notifications to receive daily premium crypto news alerts every single day, just like this, and it also helps support the channel. You can also follow me on all the major podcasting platforms, from Spotify, the home of the Joe Rogan Experience, to Apple's iTunes and Google Play. You can also follow me on Twitter, Facebook, Telegram, and TikTok, so be sure to follow me there. All right, now let's break down our final story of the day. While Bitcoin's price has slipped by more than 8.2% after rising to 42,230, the 43.5% rally included 10 consecutive days of gains. But despite Bitcoin currently trading at around 39,700 this morning, some analysts anticipate that it can rise by another 100%. Nunya Bizniz, an independent market analyst, posted the bullish setup on Sunday, noting that each of the crypto's previous 10-day bull runs has ended up doubling its prices at a later stage. Therefore, if the history repeats or rhymes, the Bitcoin price can go up by more than 100% in the next 30 to 60 days. Let me know if you agree or disagree with this analyst. Nunya Bizniz noted that the next Bitcoin peak could form on September 21st, 2021, citing that crypto's performances before and after its previous two halving events. The halving is a pre-programmed phenomenon written into Bitcoin source code that automatically reduces its new supply rate by half every 4 years. After the first halving in 2013, it took the Bitcoin prices approximately 326 days to establish a new record high. Meanwhile, following the next halving in 2016, Bitcoin rose to a new peak 526 days later. That shifts the date of Bitcoin's cycle peak to September 21st, 2021, coinciding with the 10-day bullish fractal mentioned above and based on its previous halving in May of 2020. And checking out Nunya Bizniz's tweet right here, a short story, A plus B equals rocket ship to the moon. That's right, Bitcoin could hit six figures here in Q4. Seeking Alpha Financial Markets contributor Ariel Santos-Alborna noted that the current Bitcoin cycle is more similar to 2013 than 2016. Many analysts say the same thing, actually. And back then, Bitcoin exchange rate topped out at $255 in April and bottomed in July at $66, and then rose to a peak of $1,150 in December. Similarly, the pair reached almost $65,000 in April, which we all know is the all-time high. Later, it plunged to around $29,000 in July, and as Santos-Alborna believed, was heading for a new peak in the next 2021 fiscal quarter. But the analysts also warned traders against setting up their upside targets based on previous price rallies. For instance, a run-up from $66 to $1,150 in 2013 does not mean that the Bitcoin price would rise from $29,000 to, say, $256,000 here in 2021. And right here in this chart, you're looking at Bitcoin range bound between $29,000 and $42,000 since April of 2021. And quoting this analyst here, both tops occurred in November and December, respectively, which could insinuate that the trigger for the bear markets has more to do with taxes, explains Santos-Alborna, adding that $88,000 to $150,000 is a more realistic upside target for Bitcoin in 2021. Let me know if you agree or disagree with his bullish price targets. I also like to point out that Max Kaiser predicts a $220,000 Bitcoin price top this year, and many other analysts are predicting multiple six-figure price tops. Now, the statements comes at a time when regulators and governments have increased their scrutiny of the crypto industry, which we all know there is massive FUD going on in the marketplace. Nothing new for the king of all crypto, and that includes a recent push by U.S. lawmakers to impose more taxes on the profits made by crypto investors. So there you have it. Do you feel an $80,000 Bitcoin price is likely, that the Bitcoin price will double within the next month? Let me know your thoughts in the comments right down below. Now for a quick recap of what I covered with you here in today's show. The Bitcoin price dips below $38,000 with bullish traders eyeing a new higher low next. I shared with you the latest technical analysis. Also in today's show, we discussed Ethereum 2 will help Ether outpace Bitcoin. Pantera Capital CEO predicts. Also in today's show, we discussed a realistic price path for Bitcoin this cycle, according to on-chain analyst and statistician Willy Woo. Also in today's show, we discussed the Bitcoin chart Fractal, which suggests the Bitcoin price will rally to at least $80,000 by September. But where do you feel the Bitcoin price is likely to go next? Let me know in the comments right down below. Well, that's going to conclude today's show. As always, I appreciate you tuning in and journeying along with me inside this incredible crypto matrix. If you gain value out of today's show, be sure to smash that subscribe button. That's right, and hit that bell icon to turn on all notifications to receive daily premium crypto news alerts every single day, just like this. And don't forget to smash my referral link in the description right down below to claim your BlockFi Bitcoin rewards Visa credit card so you can start earning 3.5% back in Bitcoin on all purchases. Let's start stacking those sats, and I look forward to seeing you on tomorrow's episode. Peace.